Greetings everyone and welcome back to Kingdoms and Castles and of course to the Kingdom of Dragon's Roost, where we have been generally upgrading the defences around this area. There's much yet to do, but we've made a bit of a start. Now, one thing we could do is set up a number of walls just along the outside if we wanted to prevent any ships from being able to dock with the land at this point, so funneling them into certain areas and also giving our towers a little bit more time to attack them. I'm not entirely certain that we want to do that just yet though. Instead, I'm actually more interested in developing this little area over here. Now, one thing that we're going to need to do for that is pretty much to chop down all of the trees around here. It's going to take us a little bit of time to get that sorted, but we're also going to need to set up a granary. Now, I'm not sure what we really want to do here. We could fairly easily set up some housing in here. In fact, we could squeeze in quite a lot over there, honestly. A little granary to help with the amount of food that we're producing here. Have we got a granary nearby? It's a little ways off, but it doesn't actually have anything in there. But will these workers be able to get all of their food in time? I somehow doubt it very much. So let's go ahead and build a nice big old granary right about here, facing the road, of course. We'll plump it right by there. And now, as we're starting to put down a couple of buildings that, you know, they're kind of important, let's also add an extra well there as well. I say that every time. I swear I'm not doing it on purpose. We'll go for 3 there, 2 there, 2 there, and possibly another 3 actually. There we go. That should do well for a little bit of corner of defense around our granary, which is of course one of the more important buildings that we're going to have there. And of course the Vikings are invading, this time from the very far side. Okay, well, I'm a little bit surprised with that one. Especially considering the amount of defenses we have here. But they are going to get in here. That's not much we can do about it. Let's go ahead and get our troops up here so they can try and help out. There we go. They can make a nice long walk over there. Can we afford to get a new hero? I think we can, in fact, afford to. Yes. So we'll get you being trained. Pretty much training soldiers forever, which is good. We'll get that second general down there, hopefully before the Vikings manage to cross the river. We might even want the second general around about there. How much time you got to go? A little bit more time. And there we are. Right, you need to go and get yourself some troops. So go and get some now if you can. Yeah, actually, let's get you down here. Ooh, that's going to be so nasty. There is really not enough firepower down here. We'll do our best, but that tower is gone. There's nothing we can do about it. That tower is gone. In fact, these towers might be gone before too long. There's a lot of damage being dealt. No, they managed to take it down. Good work. Good work. Right, let's slow down time. My people need to attack. Now, I don't directly control them so much as I just send them to a location and they hopefully get people into the fight. They kind of respond to the areas around themselves. Yikes, that's a lot of damage. Could you please wail on this ogre before he destroys the tower? No, the tower's gone. So many fires. And finally, it's down. Well, if you guys want to attack the invading Vikings coming through there, that would be grand. You guys can go attack the others. This ogre's down as well. It looks like we've done a good job of taking out the ogres at the very least. Fire has claimed the forest. Yeah, all of these buildings are goners at this point, I would imagine. But our armies are actually managing to hold their own a little bit, which I'm frankly a little bit surprised with, considering I hadn't really invested that much into them. Still, are we okay up here? We've still got a couple of fires. We're managing to put them out, though. We're already repairing the damaged towers here and there. Are we actually going to be able to get out of this without too much trouble? Unfortunately, it looks like we've lost one of our generals. That is a bit of a shame. Never mind. You guys just need to stick around and do your best. They are going to get utterly destroyed by the amount of towers that we have down there, so I'm not too worried about that. It's a shame that we lost this tower and this tower, but overall we haven't actually lost that much, I would say. Let's go ahead and speed time up a little bit. And see how we can go here. Looking alright. I don't think the Vikings are actually going to get away with anyone. I might be wrong about that. They've still got several ships docked. No, that one's down. So only 2 ships remain. Are they going to be able to make it? Have we really killed them all? Really? No, there's still one. It's somewhere. Probably setting fire to something important. No, it's gone. Wow. Okay, I'm remarkably impressed, actually. Good day, sir. Good day, sir. And sir, it took too long to sell the house. Oh, it's because most of our people were out putting out fires, damn it. Also, 2 of the farms actually got consumed by flame. But it's fine. Over here, more things got consumed by flame. Lasai. That's all fine. Our hospital is good. We have lost a charcoal maker. Lost a tower. Lost a library. That is actually painful. The loss of the library hurts. But it's fine. We'll make do, I'm sure. There we go. And we'll get another archer tower on top. There we go. Now then, we lost a charcoal maker there. Let's replace them as we go so that I know what they were. These 2 are charcoal makers. That one and indeed this one. There we are. Get those replaced. I mean, it's a small amount to have to invest in order to replace and undo the damage. Though we did lose another forester, which is a little bit more frustrating. Let's get you in there. And finally, we have got a castle right about there. Over on this side, I'm going to say it was almost certainly another cottage. So let's get one of those down right here. There we go. But down here, I'm thinking we could expand out a little bit and build another row of defenses around there somewhere. That might do well, because right now they just wade through and put everything to the torch, which is not great. In fact, let's get a well there. It'll help out a teensy-winsy bit. Food-wise, I think we're doing okay. Generally speaking, we're increasing, not decreasing. Gold, much the same. And over here, let's go ahead and start building this up. So we want an arch tower there, will do nicely. Let's go ahead and get more of these chopped then. We've got not too many idle villages, and that's something that we need to improve on, I feel. There we are. And then this one can also be an arch tower. Now, as for the town, I would very much like to have a little road running up here so that we've got well access. And then we're going to have a cottage and a manor. Now, the only issue with doing this is that they will want other things, such as a library, which we're not really going to give them. There we go. Let's make sure you're facing the right way, and then we'll get a cottage behind, right about there. The castle walls will continue. And we'll pop another 3 tall tower there and place down an archer tower on top. I think this will be a nice little walled area. We'll have another row of housing down there, a road going up around, and on the very far side we'll have some more archer towers. And this is just a little area to increase our population a bit. That said, we could have a manor there and maybe a library. Ooh, that's actually not a bad idea. That is not a bad idea. Alternatively, I could have a tavern. That is also not a bad idea. I think I like the idea of that, actually. Go ahead, we'll pop a tavern there. We'll have a townhouse about there. A cottage here. And finally, another library. Right there. Oh, it'll look grand. It'll look absolutely grand, I tell you. Now, as soon as these are finished, we'll be able to see our population expand. It still hasn't met its full capacity, so we're future-proofing a little bit. Let's go ahead and get... oh, dragon sighted. Whereabouts? It's only a diddy dragon. It's not going to be an issue. Unless it decides to park right there and just breathe fire down on all my charcoal makers. That would kind of suck. But we just have to accept it. You know what? I wouldn't mind taking that down if we could. Go ahead. Get that removed if you can. I would appreciate it. Likewise, go ahead and remove this one too. Slowly we're getting this area tidied up a bit. Are there many over here? Yes, there are. So we're going to get rid of you, and in fact you. There we go. That's going to look grand. I might want to start building more blacksmiths so that we get more materials made faster. But alas. Right, time for new heroes. Oh, no, not time for new heroes. Might need to increase our taxes then. The peasants never like it when I do this. They almost always feel pretty unhappy when that happens. We may need to do it though because our money is kind of hovering around an area I'm not too pleased with. That being said, at the very least we can finish this little spot over here. Can we get that chopped as well? There we go. Marvelous. We've got a lot of beds available now. Up to 542. And we've still got the work to do on this cottage here. Hopefully we'll get this finished off fairly quickly. There we go. And there we are. Everyone should now have access to a road, which will help them cheer up a little bit. Of course, you know, you could also set fire to my kingdom with lightning. That is always an option, you scallywag. Right, we'll pop down a ballista tower there. And get... we can't afford to build it. Costs a little bit too much. Oh no, there we are. It's wood that we lacked. There we go, pomp. I could have an extra ballista around here, but I think I'm actually happy enough with just having another archer tower. But yeah, that's actually going up very slowly. We need more, it seems. Did I lose one somewhere? Don't think so. Most troubling. Most troubling. Perhaps what we can do is chop this down, get a foresters hut just about here, allow them to gather some wood from just outside the castle walls. That should be fine. Going to need to sort this area out fairly soon. It is a little bit of a concern there. Oh, I'd already set it to be built. Never mind then. There we go. People should have plenty of food around this area. There we are. They're fairly happy with the tavern. Oh dear. Terrible plague has swept the land. 69 peasants have taken ill. Okay. Only 6 of the 38 people who visited actually found a place to stay, but it looks like the plague has already been cured, thankfully. We got them, sire. Dragons are no match for Armite. That's true, actually. Even the larger dragons don't really stand much of a chance. So the peasants grow unhappy. Some have no access to a church or a library. So it took too long to store our harvest. Well, that's the way it's going to be. 5 people died of the plague. That's a little bit sad. You know what? We'll throw a party and forget about it. There we go. Plus 15 from recent festivals. Thank you. Actually, what is my happiness being affected by? -4 for not everyone having access to a church or a library. Well, Drat, where is a home that doesn't have access to a church or library? We've got them all. Ah, I see. I see what's the matter. You don't have one over there. Very well. We can sort this out for you. Do not you panic. There we go. We'll plonk that down, get a library there. And that should sort all of that out for me as well. Though, interestingly, this is currently waiting. Rock is complete removal. Oh, there we are. Sorted. Now, let's go see these ones. Complete removal. Double sorted. Now, would a library here... No, it wouldn't reach quite far enough. A shame, but it's the way it's going to be. Let's go ahead and get rid of this one as well. If we do that, then we'll be able to get a cottage just situated in there. And now, let's go ahead and bring the road all the way up. Connect them together. Perfect. That also gives us access to this iron there. Right, let's get rid of all of these rocks. No need to have these big old rocks there anymore. They're just getting in the way, frankly. Okay, so, out of curiosity, could I fit one here? I don't think you actually have access to any trees. You might do, thinking about it. Sure, go on then. We'll get you set up there. I would also like an iron mine, if you please. Right about there. And over there, I am not at all sure. I'm sure we'll think of something, though. Right, let's get the farms rebuilt down here, though. It's been a little while that I've just left these sitting there fallow. Not a good time. Is this ready? Yes, it is. Complete removal and then a library. And we are sorted. Absolutely sorted. Wonderful. Now then, I'm going to need another general, I'm afraid. I have to get down there, get a huge wallop of men. We'll have a fairly powerful army. I mean, to be fair, they did actually survive for a long time, I feel. Pens growing happy. Took too long to store our food. That's fine. Our food is generally going up, so it's okay. Right, how many people are there? Let's have a look. We've got soldiers, 1 ready and waiting. Go ahead and train all that you can, frankly. Just keep going forever. Never stop. Right, go ahead and recruit. There we go. You've just got 2 people. I wonder what the maximum size of the army is. That is pretty interesting. Right click to move to barracks, right to assign. Yeah, we'll just click there. Move to a barracks and click recruit. No, I'm just going to have to do it manually. That's a bit of a shame. I wish I could just have them stood there and continually recruiting. That would be quite useful, I feel. Right, let's pop down the forester right about there, and that should sort that area out. Okay, so the last place we got absolutely hammered was on this side. Now, we can defend this area a little bit by building out a pier and just popping down a couple of towers. And that is certainly enticing, but at the same time, I'm not sure. I like the idea of us having our little pier out here, honestly. I really like it. So let's go ahead and set that up. Because if I don't, I'm just going to be unhappy with myself. And can we then have some bridges? We can, in fact, have a bridge. And I want a second one as well. No. Come on. No. Scallywags. Yes. No. Yes. Why did that one work? Scoundrels, a lot of you. Oh, well. I guess we'll just have to have the piers like that. It'll look fine, I'm sure. Right, okay. So, with that done, yeah, I'm thinking we need to shore up the defenses on this side somehow. For the time being, though, go ahead and recruit all of those soldiers. Now, how are we going to approach this? Because I don't really want to get rid of all of this useful land. We could... Yeah, we'll run a road through here. And I'm thinking we'll build a set of walls along there. Not completely shutting off the keep, but providing some sort of defense to deter the Vikings. Just enough to make them think about possibly landing elsewhere. Okay, so we've drawn our road out here over here. And I think we're going to have a similar sort of design as we've got on one of our other towers. And that is to say, we're going to have one large tower there. That'll be a ballista at the top, and then a couple of archer towers just kind of moving up in a tier around it. I think it'll look really, really good. This also allows us to have room here for 2 iron mines as well. And we might draw out a wall just outside the range of these towers, just to dissuade our enemies a little bit. Maybe get a very small wall, only 2 high. I'm not sure if we'll pop in a tower or not, honestly. Haven't made my decision there yet. Still, that's going to have quite a lot of work for our people to get on with. We're actually almost at our maximum beds as well. So we're going to have to start thinking about expanding even further. Which actually does help out a little bit, because I had been thinking that if I'm setting up defenses over here, I kind of want to have houses here too. Since that would... I don't know, for me it makes sense that the soldiers, they've got to live somewhere. Also, you would want some services for the soldiers, like churches and the likes, but you wouldn't just want it if it was only soldiers. I'd want to get, in terms of the game mechanics, I would want to get the most bang for buck out of it. If it was purely aesthetic, yeah, the soldiers could have their own church, they could have their own library, should definitely have their own tavern. But I want to get the most use out of what we have currently. Is there much stored in there? No, unfortunately not. That is a bit of a shame. How is our food going in total? It's kind of yay nay, really. I think we might need to expand out our farms a little bit more. And for that, we will need to do a little bit of work down here. So, okay. Let's go ahead and do that then, shall we? Let's plump a couple of roads down. I'm thinking, let's have some orchards around here, actually. So we'll take that all the way down. And plant down an orchard or two. Have one there, one here, perhaps. And we can have some just regular farms over there. Or even just some hovels. You know what? I think hovels would be nice. Simply because I feel it's almost more thematic to have just a couple of small houses. I don't see them as hovels. In my mind's eye, they're just little farmhouses. Quaint little things. There we go. And we'll have a well just there as well. Just to make sure that this is... well, first and foremost, the orchards themselves are hydrated, but no, mostly so we can put out the inevitable fires that are going to get started there. Bloody Vikings. Okay, I've built up some extra walls and a new gatehouse down here. 2 more manors are going up as well, but in addition to that, I would like... you know what, I'd only just mentioned that we do need another blacksmith, so let's go ahead and get one of those down there. And given the amount of houses around here, let's go all in and get ourselves a tavern too. That should help out a couple of the buildings around here. Yes, I think that'll be quite nice, actually. Now, there is, of course, a way for attackers to just access the kingdom over here. But, again, not going for complete surrounding. Let's recruit some more. We've got an army health of now 140. Very, very happy about that. Still training another 15 soldiers. And the walls over here are going up fairly quickly as well, which I'm very, very happy about as well. Now, in terms of the houses, honestly, I'm thinking along the lines of this will be another large population center because I would like to build a proper church. As mentioned, I think that this would be an ideal location for our first large-scale population zone. I mean, these, you could make an argument that there's reasonably dense amount of people living around these areas, but how's that doing, actually? Master Priest +2, that's actually fairly good. What about the knowledge? 20 knowledge there, that's wonderful. They're actually super happy. Wow, okay. What's our overall happiness? Not everyone has access to church or library, but I don't know who doesn't. I can't see. You are the one that's been pulling that all down for me for so long. Scallywag. There you go. Get that bloody library there. My lord. But on the whole, I'm fairly happy with the way things are going. Now, down here, I would like... yeah, we'll have a archer towers around here. Then a ballista tower at the very top, I think. And another arch tower around there. I think that would be quite a nice design. I really do like the look of the multi-layered walls. And if we get in really close, that actually just looks... I don't know, it gives me a sort of feeling of happiness the same way I used to get when I would play with Lego. I don't know why. It's probably the blocky aesthetic, but no, I really do appreciate this. Really? One of our archer towers went down? My lord. Let's get another one in there right away. Do we want an extra well? I think we've got enough wells around here. Are you happy with your library coverage? They seem to be. Still, I could put another one in there, I guess. No, that's not. I think it's time that we increase the taxes. I'm so sorry, everyone, but the taxes need to go up because you're happy, you see. That was the only mistake, is letting me know that you were generally quite content with the situation. Alright, we need ballistas, and they cost 25 crowns, of which we now have 26. Hooray! Someone's going to be unhappy because they're not going to be paid, but such is life, frankly. Right, we'll get that one down there as well. Okay, then. We've got a lot of nasties coming this way. Recruit some more and get up there. Go, go, go. As fast as you can. Honestly, I don't know where best to go here. There's so many ogres. So many ogres. Let's get this army down here. That is just going to be wretched. Those ogres are demolishing this place, and there's nothing we're going to be able to do about it. You know what? It would be better for my army to get down and deal with the other armies, honestly, since at least they have a chance of dealing with that. But that is just horrible. Those ogres are utterly demolishing these places. Hopefully this can take a couple more blows, but it doesn't look like it's going to be able to. And it doesn't look like we even finished the ballista in time. That is terrible, actually. Quite terrible. Yep, it's going to go down, and it's going to make me sad when it does. You're smashing the walls from the sea, which is not great. One saving grace here is we have actually done a lot of damage. These towers did do a lot of damage, but wow, have I just lost a lot of stone. Egad. On the plus side, it gave us time enough for our army to deal with, well, that one, but they still managed to set fire to an awful lot of stuff, actually, given that. I'm a little bit frustrated. Alright, quickly get in there, if you can, and recruit some more people. Yep, recruit all of the recruits. That's right, deal with the armies, please. How are the ogres going? There's an awful lot of Vikings making their way over there. That is a lot of Viking ships. That's an awful lot of Viking ships. My goodness. The ogres are just so good at doing their job. I am humbled by just how well they can destroy everything that I care about. My whole kingdom just brought low by 8 or 9 ogres. Well, I guess when I say it like that, it's actually fairly impressive that my kingdom's surviving at all, really. Still, we are losing a couple of people. Not a huge amount of loss so far, though. Thankfully. Got armies filtering in. Some ogres have already left, I think. Yeah, one ogre got back. I'm hoping you got a throbbing headache, though. How's everyone doing down here? Could be a lot better. My army should be able to engage them, though. There we go. Well done. Let's get over there and deal with these guys. They've got a gigantic Viking. My goodness. You must eat all of the crust from your bread, clearly. Come on then. Let's get down there. Need to take him out. I was hoping that my army would engage from further away, honestly, but it doesn't seem that they want to. Oops, that was the wrong key. Let's go for this army. Is any others trying to leave? No, actually, I think once again, I mean, the Vikings are the ones sustaining the enormous losses, but could be better, honestly. Is that it now? Are there any left? I don't think there are. No. Okay, where Sir Evote managed to survive through this horrible attack. It's gonna take us some time to rebuild from it. And honestly, we really need to improve the efficiency of our towers. Why can't I? What's happening there? There we go. Never used to be quite as hard to prevent the enemy from just completely raffle stomping you, but I am enjoying the added difficulty. I'm not sure if it's simply that I increased the difficulty level, or that it is this difficult now. And that the raids are more on that side of difficulty. I think our difficulty settings affect the number of raiders, but not necessarily the capability of the ogres. And it's the ogres that are really demolishing stuff for us. It's not so much the raiders carrying people away or setting fires. It's the ogres just rolling over our towers as if they're not even there. A little bit disheartening, but also kind of fun. But I think on that note, we're going to be wrapping up this episode. The last thing we'll do is add in a couple of features to this little guard tower here. And we'll get some archers towers as well. There we go. Now, if anything attacks from the south, fairly good. If they attack from the east or west, though, not not so much. But on that note, I think we will be wrapping up this episode. We got to see how the knights and their soldiers worked, and I'm going to say, very impressed, actually. Not as effective against the ogres, though, and I'm not sure I really expected them to be particularly effective against the ogres. The ogres are more of a siege weapon than they are a soldier, and yeah, our soldiers didn't really stand much of a chance in fighting them. But I'm pretty happy with what we've managed to do. We've expanded out a little population center. We're also building out some more defenses around the kingdom here and there. But I think that's all we've got time for now. So thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next. But until then, and as always, do take care.